So let's learn something different, something that you need to appreciate as well as learning subjects. There are other things in life that need to be learned. So what do we need to learn? Let's see what else there is in life. Let's learn. Let's learn something every day. That there is the sun that warms the earth, that brings light onto everything. That there is the ocean, the sea, the lake, the river, the stream and the puddles. That there are fish of every species. That it is steam that brings water back up there into the sky when the rainbow appears, but also the clouds, rain and the snow. Let's learn that there is ice on tall mountain peaks, but also the smell of flowers, fresh grass, of animals. That many shepherds live in the open when in summer the fireflies shine in the night under the stars and the moon. Let's learn now something about human beings who live in the world. The ones who care for each other. Those who help and smile. The ones who don't want to make war. Who try always to reach out to others. Let's learn together every day to bring to every person, to the people, comfort, harmony, well-being. Let's learn finally that humanity, which is fragile by nature in the infinity, has only so much need of peace. So there you are. If we cooperate and harmonize, we may be able to sort out some of the problems of the world. The problems are there, so we need everyone to help out. So we've got to remember that when we are being nasty to others, both as individuals and as communities, as nations. These are the challenges ahead. I want to change the topic a little bit here and come to school and TV. Television has come to our society to change things around. We've had television now for almost 60, 70 years. And in this time, there's been a lot of progress in the world because communication has become easily accessible. Now we've got the internet, we have so much more. The role of the teacher within this new environment has been growing over the decades, and therefore educational professionals have to somehow come to grips with this, and I think they have, and change maybe the structures in schools in order to meet these new ways of learning and sharing information. There's one thing though that doesn't matter what technology we use. There's one thing that we cannot forget, that human contact is also very important, and in order to achieve the things that we were talking about before, harmony, peace, working together, we actually have to try to work together. You can't escape that. So in other words, technology, if it's overused, it'll become like too much of one thing and not enough of the other. So we need to balance these things in schools and outside. So let's see what this poem brings. It's a thought on school and TV. We want to make our school civilized. That is, we want everyone to be polite. We want to have the most of freedom. We love when others are courteous. We want to teach in an environment of collaboration where students develop their own self-discipline. We want that students do not fight with each other, that they do not shout or scream or misbehave. We want to see a nice atmosphere where each person can do what he or she wants. Let's not forget our ideal of equal opportunity. When the students behave well, You realise that every boy can do what he wants, that every girl succeeds in doing what she pleases. The reason for this progress in the behaviour of students can be attributed to television. They follow her more closely than they do with us teachers who are present in class. Listen to how the students speak of this great educator. Everyone follows his own favourite program, of which he speaks with great interest and respect. We have been replaced by a more important instructor, but we teachers will not give up to reclaim our presence and influence in schools. What shall we do? Find a solution. Maybe we should use our images of teachers to go to air, to communicate with our students, since they are more willing to listen to us when we are no longer there in class, physically, as a person. It's a novel virtual teaching without emotions. If you really want to teach in this virtual reality, you must be prepared to face the reality of a new telematic, visible, objective teaching style. You, teacher, will have a greater impact on those that want to really listen to you, or eliminate you with the click of a button to turn on or turn off the television set. So this is just a beginning reflection on, well, maybe our presence on television, but the basic tenet of all this is that humans need to interact with each other. I'm not quite sure whether even giving classes on TV will work all the time. It certainly can work some of the time. Because when you actually have a student there in front of you, you can see into their eyes and they can see into your eyes. So it's so true. Your eyes are the window to your soul. Yes, this is true, especially when one of my students avoids my stare. When he looks sideways or rolls his eyes in the air. That tells me that he's not up to date with his work, that he doesn't care about this subject, that he's merely in this class to warm his chair. I ask him to look into my eyes and he realizes that he cannot escape his obligations, his responsibilities. He cannot make excuses or move in his seat. It now seems silly to find new ways to meet. For alas, our eyes have met and now he knows the truth. He knows what to do. All this happened because deep in his eyes there was a portion of his soul that told me that he didn't know any better, that he was still too young, too unaware, immature. If you are lucky to meet your soul, you finally meet up with yourself that can be better, that can be great, that can do well and succeed. Go for it. Now, I can't say this to you through the television set. You're not there, but I may be present in your lounge room, wherever you will see me. But the effect is not the same as when we have each other's presence in reality. Okay, so that's that. Well, changing the subject a little bit, we're going to another aspect of life, and this relates to the subject that I taught, which are Italian French, and also history and social studies and the environment. But especially with the language part, there are two poems, one of them called Cop This Out, and the other one will follow. This one here relates to the teaching of Italian. So I hope that one of these days someone will put it to music so that I can hear it finally sung. So that's the challenge. Cop this out. Don't let me stop you learning. Open your books on the correct page. Don't let me stop your lettura, and when you are bored, conversare e parlare. Don't forget to scrivere a postcard from our favourite spot in Melbourne town, or from the ocean waves of Lorne, or the 12 Apostles, or Warrnambool. Bull. Don't let me stop you opening your books. Don't let me stop you doing revision. Don't let me tell you what to do in Italiano. You know how to say ciao, buongiorno, ed arrivederci. Your amici are everywhere, and you'll see them in Lygon Street, drinking a caffè latte and sharing a bacio or two. Sit around and tell stories of your nonno or nonna and their wonderful cucina and molto buon vino. Take pride in your pasta with salsa e le salsicce, e le cotolette con insalata, e un gelato al cioccolato, e buon appetito, grazie, altrettanto. Don't let me stop you opening your books. Don't let me stop you doing revision. Don't let me tell you what to do in Italiano. You know how to say ciao, buongiorno, ed arrivederci. Don't tell me that one day you are going to Italy. I don't believe you want to go on a gondola in Venice, or visit the Leaning Tower of Pisa, or walk on the slopes of fiery Vesuvius, or sing on an ancient stage in Syracuse, or walk sul Gianicolo in Roma at sunset. Don't let me stop you opening your books. Don't let me stop you doing revision. Don't let me tell you what to do in Italiano. You know how to say ciao, buongiorno, ed arrivederci. You don't know English well. You think that's enough. So don't tell me that you don't want to learn another language. That's too bad. You told me that you might develop Duolingo in your mouth. You might find it hard eating your spaghetti. You may roll a tongue in your fork and swallow the other in the gullet. Ma tanti auguri lo stesso. Impara, impara, impara. Don't let me stop you opening your books. Don't let me stop you doing revision. Don't let me tell you what to do in Italiano. You know how to say ciao, buongiorno, ed arrivederci. So that's a song. Well, it's a poem. Poems can be turned into songs. And the following one is, well, it has to...